4 years after No Way Home, Peter Parker's life is completely different. Nobody remembers who he is anymore. The world still knows Spider-Man exists, but Peter Parker as a person is basically gone from everyone's memory. Now he's living alone in a tiny apartment somewhere in New York, trying to survive like a normal guy. He has to worry about rent, college, work, and being Spider-Man at the same time. No Avengers, no Tony Stark tech, no friends who understand what he's going through. MJ and Ned are still out there living their lives, but to them, Peter is just a stranger, and honestly, that's probably the hardest part. What makes Brand New Day interesting is that it doesn't sound like another giant multiverse movie. Based on the rumors and leaks so far, Marvel seems to be going for a much more grounded story this time. Less universe-ending chaos, more street-level danger. New York itself feels like the main battlefield again. The villain getting the most attention right now is Scorpion, played by Michael Mondo. Fans have been waiting for this character ever since the post-credit scene in Spider-Man Homecoming. Back then, Mac Gargan already hated Spider-Man, and now it looks like he's finally coming back with the full Scorpion suit. And honestly, it's about time. According to the rumors, his armor is supposed to look way more comic accurate this time, complete with the mechanical tail and heavier weapons. But what makes Scorpion work isn't just the suit, it's the fact that his motivation is personal. He doesn't want to conquer the universe, he wants revenge. That kind of villain fits perfectly for a Spider-Man movie like this, because Peter is at his weakest emotionally. He's isolated, exhausted, and carrying everything by himself. A brutal enemy like Scorpion could push him harder than ever before. But Scorpion might not be the only major threat in the movie. There's also Tombstone, who's rumored to play a huge role in the story. In the comics, Tombstone is one of the most dangerous crime bosses in New York. He has superhuman strength, nearly unbreakable skin, and a calm personality that makes him even scarier. He's not loud or dramatic like some Marvel villains. He's the type of guy who quietly controls everything from the shadows. That's why some fans think Tombstone could secretly be the real main villain of Brand New Day. While Scorpion is out there fighting Spider-Man directly, Tombstone could be the one creating the chaos behind the scenes. And honestly, that would make the movie way more interesting. Instead of having one giant CGI villain destroying buildings for 2 hours, Marvel could focus on New York's criminal underworld slowly taking over while Peter struggles to stop it alone. Another rumor that keeps showing up is the Hand. Apparently, several action scenes include groups of red-clothed ninjas, which instantly made fans think about the Hand from Marvel Comics. If they really are in the movie, that opens the door for a darker side of the MCU. It could also connect Spider-Man more closely with characters like Daredevil or even Punisher later on. And speaking of Punisher, there are already rumors that Jon Bernthal might appear in some form. Nothing is confirmed yet, but fans are already imagining how intense a Spider-Man and Punisher interaction could be, because their views on justice are completely different. Spider-Man always tries to save people without crossing the line. Punisher doesn't care about the line at all. That clash alone could create some of the best scenes in the movie if Marvel handles it correct. There are also smaller villains rumored to appear, including Boomerang and Tarantula. They probably won't be major villains, but they help make New York feel dangerous again. Peter isn't just dealing with one enemy anymore. Crime is everywhere, and he's trying to stop all of it while barely holding his own life together. Then there's the mystery around Sadie Sink's character. Marvel still hasn't revealed who she's playing, which has only made fans more curious. Some people think she could play Jean Grey. Others think Marvel is introducing a completely original MCU version of a character. At this point, nobody really knows. But the biggest question is still this: who's actually the real villain in Brand New Day? Right now, Scorpion feels like the obvious answer. He has history with Spider-Man, fans already know him, and Marvel has been teasing him for years. But Marvel usually likes hiding bigger surprises. There's a chance Tombstone is secretly the true mastermind. There are even theories about someone like Jackal appearing later because of the clone storyline connections in the comics. And honestly, there's another possibility too. What if Peter himself becomes his own biggest enemy? After everything he lost in No Way Home, Peter is mentally drained. He's trying to rebuild his life from scratch while carrying the pressure of being Spider-Man every single day. No family support, no real friendships, no normal life. That kind of loneliness can destroy a person over time. And that's why Brand New Day feels different from recent MCU movies. This story doesn't sound like it's about saving the universe. It sounds like it's about survival. A young Peter Parker trying not to fall apart while the city around him gets more violent every day. My prediction is that Marvel won't rely on one overpowered villain this time. Instead, the movie will probably focus on multiple street-level threats, slowly overwhelming Peter both physically and emotionally. Scorpion will likely be the main main action villain, Tombstone could become the long-term crime boss of this side of the MCU, and The Hand might be setting up even darker stories for the future. If Marvel gets the tone right, Spider-Man Brand New Day could easily become one of the best Spider-Man movies in the MCU. So yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day honestly has the potential to be something really different for the MCU. A smaller, darker, and more personal Spider-Man story where Peter is completely on his own again. And if Marvel really focuses on the street-level vibe, the emotional struggle, and these grounded villains like Scorpion and Tombstone, this could end up being one of Tom Holland's best Spider-Man movies yet. But what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to be the real main villain in Brand New Day? Scorpion? Tombstone? The Hand? Or do you think Marvel is still hiding a huge surprise? Comment your theories down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more Spider-Man and Marvel videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.